Hey all, Hibber here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. It's been a while. So today we're looking at the new iOS controller support for the phone version of the game, meaning that you can play it using a controller on your phone. And all footage in this video has been shot on my iPhone 14 Pro Max using one of these thingamabobs here that you can buy for a few dollars on eBay. So this allows you to play the game on the go, and finally we actually have the controller support that I've been asking for a long time. But first let's just look at my build here. So this is like the second time I'm touching the game in nearly a year, and of course I'm going to play my current favorite ship, which is the Yoshino, and it's not any Yoshino, it is the Agile Shino. So because I keep up with time and progress, I have Nachi as my main commander here. And she is the best Agile commander, hands down. Ingenious, full speed ahead, and in the third row you get Deadly Assault, and it just absolutely slams your AP. And of course steer clear, and then fully packed. And the base trait of Nachi gives you rudder and speed, so along with Baltimore and Rune, you get extra rudder, and you also get extra gun traverse speed, which is super important for this build here. Because with this build here, you can now turn your turrets 180 degrees in 24 seconds. And that's really fast, especially for a ship, Yoshino's size. So again, we have the main battery mod 2 for traverse speed. And then we have steering gears, and steering gears again. And in the last slot we have the main battery mod to help with the reload a little bit. It does cost some traverse speed, but I think the reload is worth it. We also have a legendary mod on it, and then we have the 20-kilometer torpedo range. So if we have a look here, 24-second turn time, we can get it lower by choosing a different fourth mod, but like I said, the reload is more important. 20-kilometer torpedo range and 2.6 rudder and almost 38 knots. So this is an insanely agile ship for its size, and it's just so much fun to play, and that's why it's my favorite ship in the game. Have taken the crown from Atago and Maya. So first I'll just show you the settings where you can set up the controller support. Now it's automatic if you have the controller connected via Bluetooth, right? So I use preset 4. That's what I'm used to from console, and I'm using a PS5 controller for this because I prefer that controller, but you can use any Bluetooth controller, right? So don't forget to increase the sensitivity to max for both axi. That's very important because this build here, or agile builds in general, they're all about, rudder and turret rotation primarily, right? And also utility. So you don't want to have any limitations on it. You want everything to be as quick as possible. So in pure agile cruiser style, of course, we're the first ship moving in, and in most cases we're the first ship in the cap. So this is also a bit of a guide in agile cruiser play, because I know I haven't been around for a while to drill it into people's heads. And there's a lot of people out there who either don't like agile cruisers, or more likely don't know how to play them, and then automatically think that they're bad. For example, like Hivehound. That guy is, a tool and an embarrassment to the community. So if you want to see how to not play an agile cruiser, I suggest you go to his channel and have a look. Also, this video doesn't mean that I'm back in any capacity, primarily doing videos on World of Warships Legends. I just thought I should do this video because I'm pretty sure no one else will do it. And it's something that I have been asking for a while, since I heard that this game was actually coming out on mobiles, right? So I thought it's important to test it out and tell you what I think. So what do I think? Well, I've played for about an hour today, and like I said, it's the first time in a very long time I've played the game. And using a PlayStation 5 controller, it actually works extremely well. I'd say it's probably my favorite way to play the game now, with the correct setup like I showed in the beginning. Now you can see on the screen here, you still have, the actual controls on the screen, which is a little bit annoying because they take up valuable screen space, especially on a small phone screen. But as you can tell from the icons, like the square and the triangle, I'm actually using the controller to play. But I wish I could, go into options and say don't display these things on top of my gameplay because I'm not using them. Hopefully that will be the next improvement in the client, but we don't know. But until then, it's fine. It works well. It actually works really well. I was quite surprised how easily I just picked the game up again, and actually had a relative amount of fun. But of course, we have all the people that first of all wants to ram. I'm assuming CCs, because why else would you throw away your high artil like this? But anyway, that's always something we have to deal with, and we're obviously always prepared for that. And this guy here is also a terrible shot. Like, what was that? So that brings me to another thing that unfortunately hasn't changed in the game, and that is the absolutely horrible players. Like, it's even worse than I remember. People are stupidly bad at this game here, and I only played 4-5 battles yesterday, and it was painful. I'll tell you, it was horrible. This is the only tolerable battle I had out of the 5 or so battles I played, and that's because there's only around 4 total potatoes on each team. At least the potatoes are spread out evenly, right? And for example, this Takashi here, that's a new ship, by the way, never seen that before. Apparently it's made of cheese, because every single one of my shells just goes straight through it, but whatever. All part of the super fun of playing Legends, right? Overpens, we all love them. So the red team obviously had a bit of a potato for their one destroyer player there. That was awful to watch. But at least it's not as bad as some of the other games where in the first 2 minutes, and I'm not exaggerating here, right? This happened 3 times yesterday when I played. In the first 2 minutes, one team, would it be mine, would it be red, lose, for example, 2 battleships and a destroyer, or even 2 destroyers. That also happened in the first 2 minutes. I don't even know how that's possible. You would almost have to try really hard to play that bad. And this is, tier 7 and up. I don't think I played anything below tier 7. And look, I was just in awe of how poorly people still play this game. And like I said, it's actually worse than it ever was. And that should have been a kill shot right there, but yeah, apparently not. So anyway, he's going for a torp run. So we're just gonna, adjust the ship here a little bit so we don't get sunk. And obviously, it looks like he's gonna go for either a ram or actually try the torps on the other side. So I'm just gonna wait and see what he does, and then I'm going to use these phenomenal torps here on Yoshino. They're just so good, and like I said in the beginning here, they have a range of 20 kilometers. Of course, you can extend that range. And here we now have another potato. Like, what is this guy doing? He has me dead to rights. If he had been looking at his map and having any sort of plan here, he would have been able to citadel me, probably one-shot me right here. But I don't know what he's doing. Like, what is he doing? I don't know. This is a legendary battle, and I just torp him. Like, what's going on? Honestly. So let's go back to the Agile Shino here, because I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, "Oh, that's not how you play a Yoshino." And then they proceed to, of course, sit somewhere far away from the cap and bombard everybody with HE while they are, kiting away from whatever it is that's shooting at them. And, well, that's true. That's not how you play the Yoshino. How you play it is how I play it. Am I the best Yoshino player out there? No, probably not. Am I the best Agile Yoshino player out there? Yeah, definitely I am. I haven't seen anyone else even attempt this ship with an Agile build. And I'm doing extremely well with this ship here with an Agile build, because no one expects it. No one expects a Yoshino to be so agile that you can, fire both broadsides of torpedoes in a matter of 20 seconds, because the rudder is so fast. And because the turret rotation is extremely fast as well, it doesn't matter if I have to change sides, like I have to fire from the left side instead of the right side, because by the time the ship turns, my turrets will be pointing the right way. That takes a lot of people by surprise, I can tell you that. And it's just so satisfying when it happens. Another thing you have to remember in your Shino is that yes, the HE is good. It's very, very good. It does a lot of damage. The reload is reasonable, and the fire chance is extremely high, especially if you put a Targo or some other, fire chance commander on the ship. But do not sleep on the AP of this ship here. These are 330 mil guns. They're almost battleship size, and they hit hard, like really hard. If you ever played Azuma, the AP performance is similar, except I actually think that Yoshino, for some reason, it just feels better. I seem to do better in it when I use AP. So AP is my primary round in this ship here, and you'll also see I don't actually set that many fires in this battle here. It's mostly AP and torpedo damage. And I learned in the early days of World of Warships Legends that ships like Atago and Maya and also Yoshino, 50% of their damage potential is their torpedoes. So if you're doing less than 50% of your damage with torpedoes, you are not playing the ship to its fullest. And that's another thing I keep seeing in Yoshinos. Because of the range on the torpedoes, I see people sitting 20 kilometers away from the cap just firing torpedoes into the cap hoping to hit something. And that's just a waste of time because the torpedoes are really easily spotted. So, that's not going to work. And I see that all the time. And all people use this for is to set fires on battleships. And that's not how you play the Yoshino. It's how, someone like Hivehound would play the ship, which, I already said is not the way you do it. So anyway, you can see we've got pretty much the potatoes left now, or at least the lesser potatoes on the red team. And it's time for me to actually attract some fire now, actually use my Agile build. I have been using it to get quickly into the cap and to maneuver within the cap. But other than that, I've been playing actually very conservatively for what I usually do in this ship here. And it's mostly because the Reds were just sitting there not really doing anything. But they have the middle cap now, and it looks like they're moving on the C cap. So it's better that I get out there, attract some fire, make them, reevaluate their choices, and basically make them waste their time, right? Because we are ahead on points, and if they have one cap, that's fine. It's not going to change anything. If they grab the C cap, it could be a problem, especially if they sink our battleship over there as well. So that's why we jump out like this. So you can see Ingenious comes into play here because someone is targeting me, and it's not the Yamato, right? So I know that a battleship will come around the corner in a minute because everyone wants to shoot at a broadside cruiser, right? And that's what you live off doing Agile builds. And there he is, the Kurfürst. But I was ready for him. And, the armor on Yoshino is excellent if you make the shells hit you midships, right? You don't want them going up your stern or down your nose. But if you can make, obviously, not get hit in the first place, which I will do a few times in this game here as well, because this ship is just so agile with this rudder build. And I also see this guy sailing straight into my torpedoes that I launched in anticipation of this rather ridiculous move here. So that's another 2 hits, and he's also flooding, I believe. So he's probably going to fix that. So that's why I'm changing to HE, because I want to set a fire on this guy, and that'll pretty much be the end of him. So while I was playing this game, I was thinking, what is my destroyer doing? And I fully expected this guy to finish the game with like 800 XP or something like that, which is, par for the course for bad destroyer players. Because if you look back through the video, he has, he was in the A cap in the beginning, but so was another 2 or 3 ships, so it wasn't really necessary. After that, he spent the whole next, what is that, like 12, 13 minutes sitting behind me with no real purpose. And now, with 2 minutes back and the victory assured, he goes to get some easy points at the B cap. But that's it. And I don't really understand what he has contributed with in this battle here. But he ends up in second place with, I believe, 2500 XP. And I might be missing his contribution here, but all I've seen is him sitting behind me outside the cap, not even spotting, just doing random things. I don't really understand what was going on. So if you have any sort of insight, please let me know in the comments for the video, because I am stumped. So anyway, we're getting to the end of the video here, so let's just conclude what's been going on here, right? We're playing World of Warships Legends, and I'm playing it on my phone, on my iPhone 14. And as you can tell, it's running very, very smoothly. There's no, problems really to speak of. I would like a higher frame rate, but, I can live without it. So if you like playing games on your phone, I highly recommend this. I don't think you're going to get a better game and a better implementation than this. And it just works really beautifully, really. I just wish that people were better at the game, honestly, to make it more enjoyable. So let's take a look at the team scoring here. And I just missed out on my Kraken. That's unfortunate. You see the Kleber has nearly 2500 XP, and that's what I don't understand. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there.